Hey, Washington Commanders fans. Get ready because you're about to find out how the path to a smart trade for Max Crosby is much easier than we thought, and why we have everything it takes to get him. But that's not all. Let's dive into what David Blau told Jayden Daniels that was exactly what he wanted to hear about the future of our offense, revealing exclusive details from that conversation. And there's more. You're going to meet the defensive specialist who trained Aaron Donald with the Rams and is coming in to transform our defensive line. The Washington Commanders' offseason has barely begun, and there have already been many changes, with many more to come in the next few months. As a passionate fan who follows every move, I'm excited about the possibilities. The defense has undergone a coaching staff overhaul, with Jones stepping in as defensive coordinator and bringing a new mindset. Jones has also bolstered his team with top talent, such as defensive line coach Eric Henderson. The Commanders will have plenty of opportunities to add talent to the defense this crucial offseason, but there's one that could be unmissable. General Manager Adam Peters needs to decide whether to jump into the mix for a blockbuster trade for star Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. Should the Commanders pursue the acquisition of pass rusher Max Crosby is the pressing question. Last offseason, the Commanders were linked to several pass rushers, such as Trey Hendrickson and Myles Garrett, but unfortunately, nothing happened. The edge position remains the biggest gap in the Commanders' roster, and Peters has already publicly indicated that they will definitely add an edge this offseason. These emphatic statements may lead them to consider a trade for Max Crosby, who is likely on his way out of Las Vegas, according to reliable sources. Fox NFL's Sunday reporter and analyst Jay Glazer told Yahoo Sports that he believes Crosby wants out of Las Vegas and will be traded before the 2026 NFL Draft. It's clear that many teams in the league will call and make an offer for Crosby, but should the Commanders be one of them? That's a decision Peters will have to make wisely, but they absolutely have everything it takes to acquire him. The Commanders have plenty of ammunition for Max Crosby, and that's exciting. The Commanders only have 6 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft, but they possess something that other teams likely interested, and Crosby don't have of equal value. The 7th overall pick is our secret weapon. The Raiders would obviously prefer the Commanders' 7th overall pick over a later pick from the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, or New England Patriots. Obviously, more than just a first-round pick will be necessary to land Crosby, but rather a robust package. A package similar to what the Green Bay Packers received in exchange for Micah Parsons, who is 2 years younger than Crosby. The Commanders would likely have to part with the 7th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, their first-round pick for 2027, defensive tackle Payne, and another pick. That's a lot of draft capital, but it's worth it for a player like Crosby, especially in a weak draft like 2026 that doesn't have many elite talents. His contract is also not an issue and is easily negotiable for any team, including the Raiders, who need space. The Raiders would have only a $5.1 million impact on the salary cap in 2026 and would save $30 million if they traded Crosby. This contract is very easy for the Raiders to negotiate and easy for the Commanders to take on if they decide to acquire Crosby this offseason. And now, get ready to discover the exclusive conversation. You're going to understand exactly what David Blau told Jayden Daniels. That was just what he wanted to hear about how we're going to build our offense around him. Drastic changes have been made this offseason in the Washington Commanders coaching staff, with a new coordinator on both sides of the ball. Head coach Dan Quinn opted to fire Cliff Kingsbury after a rough season and quickly promoted David Blau as the new offensive coordinator. This was a change that shocked many both inside and outside the organization. Even quarterback Jayden Daniels was initially hurt by the decision, as he has been close to Kingsbury since day one. Daniels was also very excited about Blau, especially after he shared everything he wanted to hear about the future of the offense. Jayden Daniels comments on what David Blau told him about the offense in a revealing manner. Everyone knows how special Daniels is when healthy, and this is a crucial preseason for all. Learning a new offensive system can be a challenge in the preseason, but Blau knows what he wants to do and gave Daniels a complete preview. Daniels spoke with NFL on NBC about Blau's new offense and what to expect. "I think he's going to put his personal touch on the scheme," Daniels said in an interview. Obviously, he spent 2 years with Cliff, so what he learned from Cliff are probably things he will integrate into the offense. He was also around Ben Johnson, so we talked about that, and I have been very vocal. I have been very vocal about the things I want to do on the field. He has been open, as he always tells me, we want to build this offense for you. That's exactly what a quarterback wants to hear, Daniels continued. I'm really excited for him to get this opportunity. I know what he's capable of, and I know how dedicated he is. Jayden Daniels will still have continuity with David Blau, which is crucial. Daniels has always been very vocal about what he wanted to do in the offense, and had Kingsbury's confidence to call his own plays. He still has that confidence with Blau as his quarterback's coach during his first 2 seasons. Expect more of Ben Johnson's offensive style, which Blau utilized throughout most of his coaching career. But regardless, Daniels will have a role in the offense and will also be asked to do new things that he knows will be good for him and the team. And now, to top it all off, you'll be introduced to Eric Henderson, the defensive specialist who coached Aaron Donald with the Rams and is coming in to transform our league's 32nd worst defensive line. The Washington Commanders coaching staff is starting to take shape after a complete overhaul on both sides of the field. The team has already replaced Cliff Kingsbury with David Blau as offensive coordinator and Joe Witt Jr. with Jones on defense. Now Washington continues to strengthen its defensive coaching staff with its latest crucial hire. The Commanders' defense underperformed last season in a concerning way. The unit struggled, finishing 32nd in total yards allowed, the worst in the league. Even with key pieces like Payne and Javon Kinlaw on the defensive line, Washington conceded the third most rushing yards. Now, the team seeks to change this reality with the hiring of Eric Henderson as their new defensive line coach. Henderson returns to the NFL after spending the last 2 seasons as the defensive line coach at USC. Before his stint with the Trojans, he had a successful run with the Los Angeles Rams for 5 seasons. An impressive history of defensive improvement marks Henderson's career. During his time with the Rams, Henderson helped lead one of the most consistent units in the league. In 2021, the Rams finished among the top 5 in sacks and tackles for loss in a dominant fashion. In 2022, their defense against the running game ranked among the best in the league, allowing only 2 players to surpass the 100 rushing yard mark. Henderson's impact was also felt immediately at USC in a remarkable way. Under his leadership, the Trojans' defense made a notable leap, limiting opponents to just 24.1 points per game. With his proven track record working with Aaron Donald, the Commanders hope that Henderson can bring the same level of improvement. His hard work philosophy should align well with Dan Quinn's mindset as Washington continues to completely reshape its defensive identity. So, fan, after discovering that we have everything needed to bring Maxx Crosby, including the 7th overall pick and Payne as trade bait, understanding that Blau told Daniels exactly what he wanted to hear about building the offense around him, and knowing Eric Henderson, who coached Aaron Donald and transformed USC from 121st to 21st position, which of these moves excites you the most? Do you believe we should sacrifice the 7th overall pick plus Payne and future picks to bring Crosby in now? Or would it be smarter to draft a young pass rusher and develop our own talent? And more importantly, do you trust that the combination of Blau building the offense around Daniels and Henderson transforming our defensive line will be enough to take us back to the playoffs? Or will we need another offseason to see real results from this complete overhaul? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders. Scare it, but unfortunately, nothing happened. The edge position remains the biggest gap in the Commanders roster, and Peters has already publicly indicated that they will definitely add an edge this offseason. These emphatic statements may lead them to consider a trade for Maxx Crosby, who is likely on his way out of Las Vegas according to reliable sources. Fox NFL's Sunday reporter and analyst Jay Glazer told Yahoo Sports that he believes Crosby wants out of Las Vegas and will be traded before the 2026 NFL Draft. It's clear that many teams in the league will call and make an offer for Crosby, but should the Commanders be one of them? That's a decision Peters will have to make wisely, but they absolutely have everything it takes to acquire him. The Commanders have plenty of ammunition for Maxx Crosby, and that's exciting. The Commanders only have 6 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft, but they possess something that other teams likely interested, and Crosby don't have of equal value. The 7th overall pick is our secret weapon. The Raiders would obviously prefer the Commanders' 7th overall pick over a later pick from the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, or New England Patriots. Obviously, more than just a first-round pick will be necessary to land Crosby,